Well, welcome everybody. We are on a part two today. I was so impressed with my presentation with Khieanne Dawson when Khieanne was sharing with me and with you, our viewers, 20 ways to stay well and practice self-care. She really didn't complete all 20. I don't know if we're going to complete all 20 right now, but I've asked her to come back and help us some more. You can download this sheet at the bottom of the website that you've accessed this at. So Khieanne, welcome back again. Give us some more tips on how to stay healthy.
Great, thank you. Thank you for having me. Yes, some more things is to stay hydrated. Making sure that you're drinking enough water is important. Getting rid of waste is very important when it comes to being healthy, and drinking enough water helps you get rid of the waste. And it's recommended that you take a half your body weight in ounces. Okay, so half of your body weight in ounces, measure that out, and that's what is recommended for you to drink in a day. Now, if you are exercising a lot more than just standard, going for walks or things like that, then you may need to have more water because you're sweating more. So keep that in mind. That's just a baseline, okay? And a nice thing to do also is to put a pinch of Celtic sea salt in your water because it's very high in trace minerals. And trace minerals is important for actually improving the hydration of your cells and other metabolic functions. So keep that in mind too. And you can get that, you can either look it up online or you can get it at your local health food store.
Now,
or even
a question about that is, I do Himalayan pink salt. Is that the same thing?
It's not the same type of salt. So Celtic sea salt comes from ocean water, okay, and that's been dehydrated. The Himalayan salt comes from an inland sea. So this is an ancient seabed that they're harvesting. And this is you're talking about the pink one, right?
The pink.
So with that, I don't really use that one because I am a little bit hesitant because when I dissolve it in water, I see little metal flecks, at least it looks like metal flecks, something that's not dissolving fully. And I'm not quite sure what it is. So I just avoid it because I don't know if it's stone particles or iron residue, because that may be what's the causing the red tinge in the salt. So, it's up to you, but I personally prefer the Celtic sea salt.
Okay. Sounds great. So continue on. This is great.
Yeah. And another thing is to get enough rest. Making sure you are able to calm down, put away the screens, slow down your activity before going to sleep helps you to have a deeper sleep. And aim for 8 hours, okay? And with all the busyness of our lives these days, it is a challenge. However, planning well will help with that. And I'll get to that in a little bit. There's later on in the list, it talks about getting organized, and that will help so that you can get to bed at a decent time. And that's something that I'm still working on. But I do know the difference when I get that full 8 hours of sleep. And that's something that we want to aim for. During this time, we need to be sure that our bodies and minds are at peak performance so that we can think clearly. We don't want to be ruled by fear or our bodies being in a compromised state and we not make good decisions, all right? So rest allows your body to heal and your brain to decompress, and that's very important for good health. And next up is hot baths. Who doesn't like a hot bath? I sure love it. It's so calming and relaxing. You can just lay there. Give yourself, maybe half an hour to an hour, depending on how you want to schedule it, right? And yes, I say schedule it because a lot of times we think, oh, this is a great idea, but we don't do it. But just set the time aside, get that hot bath in. And if you like to put some essential oil in the water or Epsom salt, different things are out there that you can put in the water to give you that nice aroma and give you a nice soothing bath. Okay, and it's also a great way to exfoliate too. You can, scrub all of that dead skin off, which is good because then you get that nice new skin underneath. So definitely choose to do that. It's a good way to de-stress also, take a load off. And then number 9 is embracing joy. Choose to be joyful no matter what you're faced with. And we're gonna have challenges, right? They will come. But the key is we always have a choice how we respond. We always have that choice. So keep that in mind, that you always have a choice how you respond. And choosing joy over sadness is important to keep your mind at top peak performance, okay? Number 10, express love and gratitude. Learn the love language of those you are close to and speak their love language often. Now, for others that aren't that close to you, you can still show them love by treating them with courtesy and kindness, even if they're seeming to be unapproachable. You might be the only ray of light that person sees in that day.
Oh my goodness, this is hitting home, because with everything going on in the world, I was recently at our small hometown market, our local supermarket in town. I live in Pennsylvania. And I was talking to the owner, and it just looked like he was ready to cry. He said, people don't understand that I don't have a say in what's coming into the store. I don't have a say in when I'm going to get my supplies. They give me what they give me. Right. And I said to him, I so appreciate you being so reliable and committed to our community. And he said, that means so much to me. Just one kind word a day changes my world. And I saw him just light up. So if we during this time can make sure that we're uttering words of praise and gratitude and expressing it, if we can make our little reality so much better, it could impact the world.
Oh yes, definitely, definitely. And each one of us have our own sphere of influence. And if we can be that light, spreading that light to other people, encouraging, giving hope, that makes a huge difference. Huge, huge difference.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we have time for a few more, so go for it.
All right. So number 11 is nurture the relationships in your life. Appreciate your loved ones. Show them you care. Connect on a deeper level than before and spend quality time with them regularly. And now we have our kids home from school, many parents aren't able to work in their normal offices. You're going to be in each other's space a lot more. And, that might cause some tension, but be intentional about choosing to not go there. Okay? There may be times where you may have to have a family meeting and say, how do we make this work? How do we work together? Let's communicate a little bit more so that we can all be on the same page and that we can have this time together and make it count. Be quality time and not just be quantity of time. And so these are some really important things that you may want to have conversations with your family members about, and ask everybody for their ideas. How can we make this time more pleasant for each other? And the next one is hope. Hold on to hope and focus on the positive things in your life. Guard yourself against taking in toxic things into your mind that can diminish your hope. That means anything that you put into your ears, in things that you're listening to, things that you're viewing, things that you're watching, those are very important because it influences your thoughts, and your thoughts influence your actions. So listen to uplifting music, as I mentioned before, not things that are going to be tearing you down or making you feel depressed. Watch things that are uplifting, encouraging. Go outside, go to a nearby park. There's enough space for people to be in nature. So look at those beautiful things that encourage that positivity. go by a creek or a waterfall, a stream, things like that. Listen to the birds. Even if you need to bundle up your coat and bundle up in your coat and sit in your backyard for 20 minutes or so. Put in good things, and things that are on TV. Be careful too that you're not consuming too much of the negativity. There's a lot out there, and especially now there's a lot of hype, there's a lot of fear. Minimize that.
Sounds great. Continue on. We're on a roll now.
Yes. Okay, so the next one, number 13, be balanced. Do all good things in balance and avoid things or habits that aren't good for you or don't serve you well. It takes practice, and practice makes progress. So when you are making a decision about something, think about what it's going to do in the long run, cause to effect. Is this going to bring a good result or not? And that's how you make the decision. And keep it all in balance, okay? And that goes for the food you eat, the things that you're listening to, things you're watching, those things. The things that you're saying, things you're choosing to say, okay? All that is important. Number 14, get organized. Make a daily routine to accomplish important things and to keep your mind from getting cluttered. Aim to get the 3 most important things on your list done before anything else each day. And that will help you feel accomplished. That will help you feel like, yes, I did what I set out to do. And it frees you up to do other things that you may have wanted to do. So we, especially us women, we have this long ongoing to-do list. And if we don't put it all in perspective and balance, we can feel overwhelmed at the end of the day, feeling like we didn't get everything done on the list. And that's something that I'm learning still. So that's something, as long as you get those 3 things, then if you get those done, you realize, oh, I have more time. Get the next one done or the next one. But the fact is your goal was to get the first most important things, the first 3 most important things done.
I think the book by Brian Tracy, it's called Eat That Frog. Are you familiar with that book?
I've heard of it, but I haven't read it.
Eat That Frog. It's basically a book for procrastinators. And he talks about eat the frog, which is like really gross and grungy, like I could never imagine it, but eat and dive into the hardest thing that you're procrastinating and avoiding first thing in the day.
Yes.
And then everything else just falls into place.
Yes.
So what's that one thing you're avoiding? Well, for some, it might be exercise. So
True.
Get on that bike in the morning. For others, it might be a quiet time. For others, it might be something else. But
right.
Get your list together. Be organized.
Yes, and use the timer to help you too. So you don't get lost in a vortex of endless brain spinning, okay? Use the timer to help you stay on track. That's important. And number 15, stay informed. Seek for truth, but don't obsess in your search. Sort out the facts from the fiction. And right now, that's very important. Very, very important that you are able to sort out what is fact and what's fiction. And number 16 is unleash your creativity. Wow. How many of you have had these cute hobbies that you used to do when you were a kid that you haven't done in how many years, right? So many of us have those things that we used to love doing and life takes over and we stop doing them. Well, now is an opportunity to take those things back up again. And unleashing your creativity helps to give you the joy that nothing else really can. I mean, just giving you that opportunity to make something with your hands or whatever it is, if you're designing on the computer or whatever it may be. That could be something like, gardening. I love gardening. That's one of my ways, my creative outlets, okay? Crocheting, for those that love to crochet, or drawing or painting or whatever it is. Just make time for it and enjoy it guilt-free. Don't feel guilty about taking a little bit of time to do that, even if it's a couple times a week, okay? But schedule some time to do those things that allow you to use your creativity. Now for number 17, get a clear vision and know your why. Visualize what you want your life to look like in 1 year, 5 years, or 10 years. Knowing your destination and why you want to get there helps you plan and implement the right steps to achieve your mission. Stay laser focused on your destination so you aren't thrown off your path by distractions that come at you every day. Clear vision, super important. Decide what that is and know why you want it.
It's funny that you say that, because everybody accessing 21 Days of Empowerment can also download an ebook that I created on knowing your why.
Oh,
So it's there at the website, endlessmountainsempowerment.weebly.com. You can download it as of Saturday, March 21st.
great. That's
Wonderful.
excellent. Yes. And so 3 more really quickly. Number 18 is choose courage over fear. Purpose to be courageous and fight the fear. Courage helps you to think clearly and be resourceful. Very important right now. Number 19, be big and bold. Ultimately, think big and live boldly. Do not let yourself play small any longer. Learn your life's purpose and fulfill it. So we can often minimize our skills and the talents that we've been given. And we're not using them and we're not developing them because we think, well, it's not really that great, or we're comparing ourselves to other people. Let's not do that. Use what you have and grow it. Make it bigger. Just like you plant a seed in the ground, it's a little tiny seed at first, but with proper nurturing, it turns into a big tree or a big plant or whatever it is. So keep that in mind and think big and live boldly. And the last one is live abundantly. Embrace your abundant life daily and share it with others. And abundant life is a key piece of my business and how I work with my clients, is helping them achieve that. And that's why I named my business Abundant Life Integrative Health Coaching. And when you understand that concept of abundance and that you have so much right in your fingertips, whatever it may be, not looking at what other people have, but looking at what you have and using that to the fullest, that will grow and you will be a big impact and live your life's purpose.
Oh my goodness, Khieanne, I think that's a perfect way to end, that we're all about empowering women, and the mission of Endless Mountains Empowerment is to inspire, educate, and empower women. And may I say, empower them to live abundantly. So on that note, I thank you for joining with us a second time. This is going to be a blessing to so many ladies and men that are watching this. And I really wish you the best for joining us today. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.